people started to come in from all over the world because you guys are just so excited. Okay, so it is a pleasure to have everybody. And without further ado, I'm going to go into the official launch. I'm going to talk about more about the product details about this amazing product. And I've been privileged. I've just been so privileged to have this a little bit earlier than some of you guys here, because I just got the honor to present this in Okinawa, Japan, just about a week ago during the 52nd anniversary event, and this was actually presented during the anniversary in Okinawa, and that has more than about 1,000 people in that event, and it's just been amazing. All right, so because of that, Mr. Shiro and Enagic has gotten me to do some Zoom calls, launching Zoom calls for the new emGuarde product, and I think you guys are gonna like what the new emGuarde can do. So if you are from some people from Cyprus, Europe, all the way from Cyprus, fantastic. So if you want to get your hands on the brand new emGuarde, type me in the chat box, because ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you that when you understand what this product can do, when you look at, the I talk a lot about the time under protection, which I'm going to cover later, and the absolute product benefit that's going to come into your lives and your kids' lives and your family's lives. This product is a must-have for everybody. So I know a lot of people are just so excited to get their hands on it. So let's have some information today, key information, so that you guys can actually go out there and not just own your emGuarde product. And I think today, as of today, there's a lot of Enagic Malaysia leaders have already rushed to the office early in the morning to pick up their products, like our top leaders like Mr. Zahid and Norley. They posted up on Facebook that they are the third person, probably in the world to own the product. So a lot of people wanted to be the first because this is going to be truly exciting. All right. So if you want to be the first in your country, make sure you guys pay attention to the announcements. And whenever your country launches, go and get it fast, because this is going to be a new wave for the Enagic business, for your business, that if you want to take your business to the next level, you want to elevate your business, you want a new injection of pace and momentum into your business, this product is the product you need to look at. Okay. So Enagic's latest innovation called the emGuarde, your personal protector. And if you already noticed, the size of the new emGuarde has been greatly shrunk to smaller than a phone. I'm using an iPhone 14 Pro Max, the big one. So I'm going to put the emGuarde right next to it. So it is about the size, slightly smaller than my mobile phone. All right. Whereas the previous generation is a little bit big, like a size of a tissue box. And this is something that you can carry everywhere you go. When you're on the go, when you're driving, when you're going to see prospects, when you're having coffee in a Starbucks, you carry this. And this is going to protect you, for longer hours, because we spend a lot of time outside. And the emGuarde uses the same core technology, which is the advanced harmonic technology designed to nurture comfort, stability in today's digital space. Now, I want to refresh a lot of our minds. I want to do a refresher for a lot of us. Now, take into consideration that why this product is going to sell really well, I believe, is because I think more and more people are waking up that we are living in a wireless world. Okay? Invisible signals pulse through our homes, through your bedrooms, through your bodies, and it is silent, constant, and unseen. Because if you can actually see the signals, most of us probably wouldn't want to stay in the city anymore. We would buy a little house in the village far, far away, and we stay there because it looks so scary. But why are we still living in the places that we live in? It's because all these electromagnetic waves are absolutely invisible. All right. So somebody is drawing on the screen. Please stop doing that. Please stop annotating. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. If I can help me to stop the annotate. Okay. There's an annotate. Let's not do that. Okay. Let's not do that. All right. So we live in a wireless world. Now, our lives are connected 24/7 with Wi-Fi, 5G, smart devices, in our home, offices, everywhere. But we have to stop and think about when technology is advancing in one direction, all right, giving us more comfort, giving us more leisure, giving us more convenience, but at what cost? As most of us Oh, somebody say you cannot see my slides. Okay, let me do it again. I need somebody to stop the annotate. Somebody is writing things on the screen. I don't know why they're doing that. Okay. Let me just share my screen again. No slides. Okay, thank you. Okay, let me know if you can see it now. 1 second. Let me know if you can see it now. How about now? Can you guys see it? Perfect. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't see the messages. Okay, thank you. Okay, let me just repeat myself. No problem. Thank you, guys. Okay, so let me repeat myself. emGuarde, your personal protector, and the new emGuarde is still using the core technology, which is the advanced harmonic technology design to nurture comfort and stability in today's digital spaces. Okay, now we live in a wireless world because I believe that if you cannot see, you don't fear. But if the moment that you can see these kind of signals pulsing through your homes, your bedrooms, your bodies, and they are silent, they're constant, and they're invisible. Because I believe that if you can see a lot of these signals, you probably wouldn't stay where you're staying right now, which is maybe in the city, maybe in in a busy city that has a lot of frequencies. You probably want to stay somewhere very, very far away. But the thing is, why are we still staying where we're at? Is because we can't see it. All right. So this is something that we have to be aware of because it is invisible. When something is invisible, we have to really dig deep and become aware of these things because life has become much more connected with our Wi-Fi, 5G smart devices in our home, offices, everywhere. And as technology advances and becomes more convenient, more giving us more leisure, giving us more creating more income using technology, but we have to ask ourselves at what cost, right? Is it at the cost of our health? And if you do not move forward in our modern life with protection, all right, it's only going to impact our health in a negative way, all right? Because most of us are going through lives in environments without any protection. I give people a simple example. It is like using a laptop or a computer without an antivirus software. You wouldn't want to do that because you know your computer is going to get affected by virus. So in a way, we need to look at emGuarde that way, right? And it's not just your phone, it's the environment around you because we are living inside the exposure. It's not just your phone, it's all kinds of stuff, okay? Electric vehicles, okay? Smart meters, televisions, LED lights. Check it out. Check out about LED lights versus filament bulbs. LED lights emits much more radiation than the old filament bulbs, and it's in every single home, every single office, right? So it's our environment. And even when we rest, now our body may go to rest at night. We go to sleep, we want to rest our body, but your Apple, your watch, your AirPods, your Wi-Fi router, your phone, all these things, your air conditioning, all these things are still alive. And they form what we call electromagnetic pollution. Now, doctors and scientists, they have a shorter way to actually describe electromagnetic pollution, and it is called electrosmog. And what electrosmog means is basically like describing a type of pollution, a smog, but you can't see the smog, all right? And it never sleeps. And today, health experts are becoming more and more concerned, yeah, than ever before. The world is filled with electrosmog. And the question we have to ask ourselves, let me ask everybody here a question. Are our children safe? Ask ourselves these questions. Who here, you have young kids at home and they are with their technologies all day, every day? Type one in the chat box. They're on the iPad or maybe they're watching TV, phone, watching cartoons, music, games, stuff like that. All right. And I can see a lot of people is typing one. And my following question is, that is this concerning to you as a parent? If it is, type two in the chat box. If it is, type 2 in the chat box. Yeah, right. Some people may not be concerned because they feel that it's okay. Since everybody is doing it, it should be fine, right? And that is a misconception. Since everybody is drinking bad water, should we drink bad water? No, because all of us here on this Zoom today, we are the enlightened ones. We know that in order to achieve wellness and health, we have to choose otherwise than the masses. And that's what that's what makes Enagic special and different, because our products are there to impact lives of its users. So we have to do something different, especially for pregnant women, people with young kids at home. Because I want you guys to take a look at this. Since the year 2000, which is 26 years ago, okay, autism prevalence have increased 317%. So you're talking about 3x, 3 times, more than 3 times increase of autism. All right. Is this 100% because of electromagnetic radiation? Probably not. But just look at what has changed the most in the last 20, 30 years. What has changed the most? I'm sure our food has changed for the worse. I'm sure our water has also changed for the worse, except for us who have the Kangen machine at home. I'm sure our air has also changed for the worse. But the biggest change over the last 26 years has been technology. That's the biggest change. All right. Somebody said they can't hear anything. Turn up your volume. I think the rest of us can hear me just fine. Or you maybe log out and log back in if you can't hear. Okay. So guys, if there's anything that you can't hear or can't see the slide, please let me know in the chat box. Okay. So autism. What about this? We have shown these slides, this particular slide over the last 3 years, where the World Health Organization already classified radio frequency electromagnetic field as possibly carcinogenic to humans, based on an increased risk for glioma, a malignant type of brain cancer associated with wireless phone use. All right, and many other studies. Take a look at the left one. Man-made electromagnetic fields and oxidative stress. Now, I want to ask everybody a question. Why do you drink Kangen water? What is the main reason you're drinking the Kangen water? Type in the chat box. Type in the chat box. What is the main reason? Give me more specific, Romel, not just health. Specific. All right. Some people say taste. Okay, I like that. The Kangen water does taste nicer. All right. But it is for the antioxidant, right? Because Kangen water is high in antioxidation. Okay. So thank you. Of course, the true properties, but we know the most powerful property is the antioxidant. I want you to take a look at the left publication. It says man-made electromagnetic fields can increase oxidative stress. So you could be drinking Kangen water, increasing antioxidant, but then your phone is increasing oxidation. So we have to balance it out. So we have to protect our bodies from all fronts, from the internal and also from the external. Look at the middle study. It talked about electromagnetic radiation emitted by monitors, all right, makes changes to the protective antioxidant effect of vitamin A in the body. How about the one on the right from PubMed? They talk about effects of electromagnetic fields exposure on the antioxidant defense system. And we know how important that is to us, right? And electromagnetic fields actually has a role to play in destroying that, which is bad news. All right. But the thing is, we can't stop technology. We can only protect ourselves from the radiation. And take a look at this: radiation and male fertility. Now, those of you who have not have kids yet, like me, I don't have a kid yet. This is big news for people like us, because we know. Let me ask the gentleman in the room: where do you put your mobile phone when you go out? Where do you put it on your body? Type the answer in the chat box. Where do you put it? Right? Do you put it in your front pocket? Do you put it in your back pocket? Or do you put it in your front pocket in your pants? Most of us, we will put it in the front pocket in our pants. And let me tell you this, that is bad news, right? Those of you who put it in your back pocket, that's way better. But we need to distance ourselves from these devices as much as possible, because it actually affects the fertility level of the males. And this is big news. All right. 2019, there's an EMF health survey that already did a survey to identify health problems related to EMF exposure. And that includes sleeping problem, fatigue, concentration, memory learning problems, stress and anxiety, and also headaches. And in 2023, September, France already halted the sales of iPhone 12 because it was emitting too much electromagnetic radiation. So this is global news, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why I believe this product is so important. All right. Now we're going to be using the word electro smoke a lot. And one of the pioneers of studies and research into how electromagnetic radiation affects the human body is actually pioneered and studied extensively by a very popular doctor from Canada named Dr. Magda Havas. All right. And she is the one that coined the term electro smoke. And because she wanted to find out how can radiation from our devices affect our biological changes. And she found out that if you spend 70 minutes on the computer or 10 minutes on the mobile phone, your red blood cells, they start to aggregate. What does aggregate mean? Clumping together. And in French, they call it the rouleau formation. And it increased stacking appearance following short-term exposure to common wireless devices. Example, smartphones, desktops, and etc. And her work raises the question, if red blood cell interaction patterns change under certain environmental conditions, what are the psychological implications as well? All right. And why this matters in today's environment? Because we're exposed 24/7, and we know that it leads to the stacking and clumping called the rouleau formation in our red blood cells. And what could be the possible consequences? Poor circulation, lower oxygen transport, reduced waste removal, headache, fatigue, difficulty concentrating, numbness, tingling, or in extreme cases, even cold extremities. Right? So the question we have to ask ourselves is this: if electrosmog is able to cause rouleau formation in just 10 to 20 minutes, what does it mean in a 24/7 wireless world? I want you guys to ask yourself that question. All right. And that's going to be a key question we have to ask our customers for us to be able to expose this technology to them. Because let me tell you this, most people out there in the market, they don't know how dangerous electrosmog is. So how can you show them how dangerous the electrosmog is? By using the all-new detector called the EMD100 electrosmog detector. Okay, so this is already available for sale in the Enagic Malaysia office. I think a lot of distributors have already bought it, even as early as the last emGuarde summit that we had a couple months ago. And it is also available in the store. For the other countries, Enagic will be bringing the detector into your respective branches in the months ahead to come. Okay, now let me explain what this is. And I think David later on, our emGuarde product specialist, is going to come in and do a more thorough and detailed explanation about how the detector works. But essentially, it is using a AEI, ambient electrosmog index. So what is ambient? Ambient is your environment. All right, what is around you? And we know what electrosmog is, an index. So this is a proprietary formula designed to detect weighted RF noise plus harmonic disturbances and field variability within 3 to 1000 megahertz. And it forms something called the AEI levels. Now, I want you guys to think about the AEI very similar to what in Malaysia, we have something called the API. Malaysians, you would know this. When you read the Star Online, the newspaper, our government, the moment when there's haze, there's bad weather or bad pollution, air pollution, they use the API, which stands for Air Pollution Index, right? So it is all an index to give a simplified numbering system to the population to understand whether this place has good air or bad air. Okay, so the AEI follows a very similar concept, but in this is not air pollution, it is electrosmog, which is electromagnetic pollution. If you guys are following so far so good, type 1 in the chat box. And I think this is quite easy to understand. All right, because prior to this, we were using all kinds of different scientific terms, and I think a lot of people couldn't really grasp because not everybody is so scientific or technical, right? So this new AI skill, I really like it because it has made the explanation to be way easier And in business, we want to be easy. In terms of facing the customers, we want to be easy and simplified. And in terms of Enagic business, to duplicate, you need to be easy. So the AI scale starts from 1. All right, 1 to 25 is considered the green zone, which is low electrosmoke interpretation. From 26 to 50 is moderate. 51 to 75 is high. And from 76 to 100 is the red zone, which is very high. Okay, so this is how it's actually going in Enagic Malaysia. Okay, and it is sold in ringgit, of course, at 980 ringgit. Globally, it will be sold at US $250. So far, so good. Okay, so for you guys to really do a lot of sales, you need this detector, because this is your tool for you guys to go out there and to show your customers the AEI levels in their environment, and for them to actually look at the emGuarde technology. So how do we protect ourselves? So the question is always this. I've been talking the last 15-20 minutes about how radiation can affect the body, right? And potentially create some health risks for us. All right. But the thing is, it's not realistic to live without technology. All right. If I ask you guys to not have your phone for 1 week, who can live without their phones for 1 week? Type 1 in the chat box. I'd like to see. Who cannot live without their phones for 1 week? Type 2. If you can live without your phones for 1 week, type 1. If you cannot live without your phone for 1 week, type 2. And I can guarantee you, we're going to have more 2s than 1s. Because the phones, 1 hour, somebody say, is like it was a 1 hour maximum. And that 1 hour is maybe when you're taking a nap. Okay? So it's going to be more 2s than 1s. Why? Because this is becoming an extension of our body. In fact, it should be listed as one of our organs, right? You can't remove this. You know, it's like one thing of our lives. So we cannot disconnect. Okay? So what we can do, use the emGuarde by Enagic. So I'm going to show you guys a video. Let me know if the audio is good in the chat box. I'm going to show you guys a video of what we have played in the Okinawa convention, and this is the official launch video for the emGuarde, and this marks a brand new start of a new technology in the Enagic universe. So ladies and gentlemen, right, sit back and enjoy this launch video.
In a world shaped by constant electromagnetic exposure, activated with a single touch, a new standard of personal protection is emerging, designed to stay with you day after day, engineered for reliable everyday use, and designed to meet global standards. Comfortable to carry, easy to live with. emGuarde, protection you can rely on.
All right, so if you're excited for the new emGuarde, give me a number 1 in the chat box, because I am excited. For those of you who know my story, before the first gen emGuarde was launched, I was a 6A2, right? Still doing really well, I would say. And the moment the emGuarde first gen was launched in 2023, it took me about less than 12 months, 11 months to be exact, to go from a 6A2 to become a 6A2-4. And that has been a crazy, crazy journey that has been very, very rewarding. And I have to give credit to Enagic for launching this new technology, because it just gave my entire team a big boost with a new product like this. And I believe with this new emGuarde personal protector is going to take my business to the next level. And I'm here to share with you guys today what has happened you. on the same boat. And that boat is called the Enagic boat. And if the Enagic boat is going sailing this way, we all better get on the boat because we know Enagic is, and we need to be part of it. All right. Now, the Enagic emGuarde, your close body personal protection device, designed for continuous body protection in a high electrosmoke polluted environment. So number one, of course, because it's portable, we get 24/7 protection everywhere we go. Studied, backed by clinical research. I'm going to show you guys something really exciting later on. 3-meter strong coverage field, and we've just obtained, the emGuarde technology has just obtained its US patent as well as global patent with the harmonic technology, and 72 hours lithium battery certified. So on a full charge, David's going to go more into the details. You can use the emGuarde for about 72 hours or even more. And then after, you just charge it just like any other battery operated device like a smartphone. Okay, so now you do not need to put it at a certain area, and you can actually carry it everywhere you go. All right. So how does the emGuarde works? Now, I've been using the old Gen emGuarde for, of course, about close to 3 years now. And the old Gen emGuarde, to my knowledge, it is designed to be a stationary product. Means it is not designed for people to carry it around, although I know a lot of people do that. Because once you know, or when you're enlightened about electromagnetic radiation, a lot of energy distributors, what they do is they take the emGuarde, they plug it to a power bank, and they put it into their handbags, especially our ladies distributors, right? And can be quite big, can be quite troublesome, right? And it's not only about the size and being not so convenient. It is also the way the harmonic antenna and technology works, because the first model is designed to actually cover a static space. Means it shouldn't be moved. All right, because when it's moved, the coverage area actually is not as stable as the new one. Now, what makes this special? Because this being a brand new portable unit that people are going to use it everywhere they go, put it into their bag, put it into their pocket, go to different environment, go into their car, go into some office environment, whatever it is actually using a all-new looping antenna structure designed to distribute consistent harmonic output evenly within a 3-meter or 10-foot diameter. So because it's a personal protector, it is designed to actually create a much more stable coverage, a harmonic bubble than the previous one, because it is a mobile unit. So this new emGuarde is an upgraded model. All right, but the core technology that it uses is still the same as the first gen. But the way it creates the coverage bubble has been upgraded in order for us to travel everywhere with it. All right. And number 3 is the power management system, optimized energy regulation, enabling stable 24/7 battery operated powered operation with a low internal EF emission, designed for close body use. Because this is going to be close body, you're going to put it anywhere. You want to put it in your pocket, you want to put it in your handbags, and you can actually do that. All right. And the new emGuarde features all the certifications that is relevant, like the CE, FCC, and the new certificate that this product has is also the SGS Canada and USA. That's why the Enagic actually launched this in the USA as well. And David will go in depth onto what these products or what these certificates are. But I just want to go through in a brief terms. And I want to show you guys how the emGuarde actually works in practical real-life terms, and also how does the EMD 100 works as well. So ladies and gentlemen, sit back and relax. We have actually created a very nice video that will be published very, very soon with the full version. And we have a abridged version to be shared and shown to you guys on the Zoom here this afternoon. So have a look.
We're living in one of the most connected times in history. Everything around us is getting smarter. AI, smart homes, devices that are always on. Life has become much faster, more convenient, more connected. But while all this progress is happening, there's something else quietly growing around us. It's invisible, it's silent, and it's everywhere. Hello, hi everybody. Welcome to my living space. My name is Simon Lowe, and today we're actually going to do a tour to find out exactly how much electro smoke I'm exposed to in my living environment. So let's now the question is, how can we begin to understand something that we can't even see? It measures and detects electro-smoke levels coming from the devices that we use every single day. And what it reveals might just surprise you. Now, the EMD 100 uses a proprietary scale called the AEI, which stands for Ambient Electro-Smoke Index. Think of it like a simple visual guide, from green to yellow, orange, and red zones. Each color shows a different level of electro-smoke in your environment. And once you see it, you start to realize how much pollution is actually around you, even in a peaceful looking environment like this. Now, this. As everyday devices get switched on and operate, the detector
I think the okay. Can you guys hear me well? I'm gonna reshare the thing because I think the video got cut off. So let me know if you guys can see
the world that we live in today. I know what you're thinking. Is there no way out? Is it game over? Or is there light at the end of the tunnel? Let's talk about what you can do today to start introducing the emGuarde, a portable harmonic technology device designed for the world that we live in today. With a touch of just one button, emGuarde works by suppressing and harmonizing complex electromagnetic environments all around you. Now let's take a look at what happens in real time. Without emGuarde, you can clearly see on my laptop, on my tablet, and on my smartphone. Now has turned from a red to green. This shows when emGuarde is active, the environment becomes more harmonized. And the AEI levels have...
Since a lot of you guys are saying that, I don't know what's wrong with the internet. From my side, it looks okay. But the videos will be posted up on the emGuarde to the world, so don't worry too much. You guys can watch it later on, okay? So let me go into the next part. And I think for this, I want to showcase that we're very proud to announce that. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Type 1 if you guys can hear me. Okay, the video will be shared with you guys. Okay, let me know if you can hear me. Type 1 if you guys can hear me. Okay, so I think once we turn on the video, everything just starts to lag. Okay, now this is a very exciting announcement that the emGuarde, for those of you who are in Malaysia, you guys will know this, has recently gone through a real human testing in the University of Tunku Abdul Rahman in Kampar, in Perak, in Malaysia, and it was actually administered by the Faculty of Science to look at how it has the positive impact on the human body just very, very recently. And I'm gonna once again allow David to do more in-depth analysis to this, but I have a summarized version of the results, and it was just incredible because after the result done on the participants in the university, there is actually a 50.7% reduction in blood cell aggregation, which is the rouleau formation that Dr. Magda talked about, after using the emGuarde Go. 50.7% reduction in blood cell aggregation. Is that amazing? If it is, type 1 in the chat box. So you're talking about more than half, all right? More than half reduction in blood cell aggregation. That's number one, okay? Take a look at number two. Number two is 70.3% of EHS users. Well, what is EHS? EHS means people that are suffering from electromagnetic hypersensitivity syndrome. People that can detect radiation more. People who are affected by electromagnetic radiation more. Okay? 70.3% has shown improvement. Reduce symptoms linked to electromagnetic exposure. If that is amazing, type 1 in chat box again. So that's number two. Number three, 59.5% showed increased serotonin levels. Can somebody tell me what is a serotonin? I think a lot of us, we know that since we're in Enagic. It is a particular hormone that helps us to have good sleep and rest at night. All right. It is a hormone designed to regulate our mood, sleep, appetite, and cognitive function. And almost 60% showed an increase in serotonin levels. And lastly, 42.7% reduction. And all this percentage is in the mean level. 42.7% reduction in heat shock protein. Now, what is heat shock protein? It is a type of a biological response to physiological stress, such as heat, oxidative stress, or environmental stimuli. Okay, so this is the type of protein that the body excretes when it's in certain stressful environments, and really good. This is really good. All right. So if this is amazing, don't type 1, type amazing in the chat box, because now this has been tested by one of the top universities in Malaysia on exactly how it helps its users. It's super cool, if you ask me, right? So this is going to be really good. And how you guys can really break through on this product is to carry it everywhere you go with your Kangen bottle. And it's going to be such a great conversation starter. And before I go into more details about the product, the price, the commissions, and etc., there is a very, very important session that everybody must listen to and pay a close attention, because I want to invite the next speaker onto the Zoom. And this speaker, most of us, we know him, we have seen him before. And the thing is, without him, a lot of us wouldn't have known about emGuarde, and a lot of us wouldn't have the knowledge that we have about emGuarde, right? So he's going to come onto this Zoom and give us a much more comprehensive technical training on the emGuarde. So ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome, a round of applause to our emGuarde product specialist, Mr. David.
All right. Thank you, Simon, for such a warm welcome. Hi, Enagic family, Enagic Malaysia member, and also Enagic global distributor. Now, for those who don't know me, my name is David Chang, and I'm actually the product trainer for the emGuarde, Enagic emGuarde product. Okay. So now, Simon did a great job in terms of explaining the product and roughly to give you a rough idea on what the new emGuarde can do. So I'm going to take this opportunity to give you some new updates about this new emGuarde as well, and some of the latest research and papers that we have on this new emGuarde. So first of all, let me just show you, okay, what I have here is the emGuarde. All right, I'm going to explain to you from point to point some of the product walkthrough and what does this LED means. All right, before I dive into my slides. So again, to activate the emGuarde, you have to press this button over here. This is the start button. Hold it for about 3 seconds to activate the emGuarde. Okay, so once the emGuarde is activated, the top bar here, which is the LED bar, represents the battery lifespan bar. Okay, and this E logo here represents that this emGuarde is working fine. Means it's channeling the harmonics to harmonize the environment. Okay, so after 10 seconds, the battery bar here will disappear, and this function, it's built to actually conserve the battery so that the battery will last longer. Okay, so this E logo here, which is this blue light here, represents that the emGuarde is working perfectly fine. All right, now in order for you to check the battery, all you need to do is to do a one-touch button here, and it will actually reactivate this battery indication bar to show you that the battery is fully charged. All right, now let me share my slides. Okay. If anyone here can see my slide, I would like you to just type in 1 on the chat box to make sure that you are seeing the
I can't
slide.
see it, David. Okay,
right.
all right, got it.
Got it? Good. All right. So I'm going to just do a product walkthrough on the OI book as well. Now, as you know, that this new emGuarde has got a protective range of about 3 meters. So when we talk about 3 meters, if you look at this 3D explanation, so it's 1.5 meter radius, and in total, if you put the emGuarde in the middle, so it covers up to about 3 meter in radius. All right. Now with the new looping antenna technology, the protection, which is the harmonics bubble, it's in a more stable form, and it is meant for you to bring around. Means when you put the emGuarde in a pocket, you can actually move around with the emGuarde, and the protection bubble is going to be stable, all right, in this form. So I want you to imagine that, you know, this whole thing is like a boomerang, all right? The harmonics travel up to 1.5 meter in radius, and it returns as well as a boomerang as well. So it's going to create this very stable protection bubble, you know, for the users. Okay, so earlier on, I was explaining about the start power button, all right, at the bottom of the emGuarde, and of course, the battery bar. So there are 4 indications on the battery bar. So the designers actually designed a 4-level LED, you know, segmentization on this battery bar itself. So when the blue light goes all the way to the top, it simply means that the battery is fully charged, is 100%. Okay, and when the LED drops to the second bar, means the battery is left with 75%. All right, so when it drops to half, means the battery is 50%, and when it drops to the last LED bulb, it simply means that your emGuarde is on 25% or lesser battery, you know, capacity. Now, whenever the emGuarde it's below 10%, which is the battery, the E logo here is going to show you red color. Means it's going to turn from blue LED into a red LED. Okay, so this represents that your emGuarde is left with below 10% battery, and usually, you know, below 10% means you can still use it, but for about 2 hours only. So when you see the red LED, means it's time to charge your emGuarde. Okay, now in terms of charging, this new emGuarde, it is powered by a universal Type-C charging port. All right, it is similar port with most of the Android phone and the latest iPhone as well. So it's using a universal Type-C to C charging port. All right, so you're advisable to use the provided C to C cable provided in the emGuarde box. All right, and of course, if let's say you forgot about the cable, you can also use the standard Type-C cable, you know, for charging your phone. You can still use that to charge the emGuarde. There's no issue. Okay, and when it comes to the types of adapter, of course, when your adapter is using a 2 ampere and above amperage capacity, the emGuarde will be charged in less than 4 hours. Okay, approximately 3.5 to 4 hours, it will be fully charged by then. Now, some Apple adapters are way below 2 ampere. They are between 1 ampere to about 1.5 ampere. And if that is your adapter, then it may take longer to charge your emGuarde. Okay, it's going to take about 6 to 7 hours before the emGuarde is fully charged. So usually our advice is just leave your emGuarde overnight. Okay, you sleep, you charge it. Next morning when you wake up, your emGuarde will be fully charged by then. All right. Now, please note that there is a additional point on point number 4 from my slide. Now, if the surrounding temperature is between 5 to 15 degrees Celsius, which very unlikely in Malaysia, all right, very unlikely in Malaysia. So this unit will go back to a normal charge mode, means it's going to take you about 6 to 7 hours to charge the emGuarde. and when the temperature goes below 5 degrees Celsius. So for example, let's say you're traveling to Western countries or to the northern part or southern part of the hemisphere, and during winter time, the temperature might drop to below 5 degrees Celsius. Now this unit is going to stop charging. All right, it happens to some of the phone as well. The battery is going to go dead if, let's say, you're using the phone in a minus 20 degrees Celsius environment. All right, so this is a standard practice. Now, number 5, a full charge allows this device to operate continuously for at least 2 days. And early on in Simon's slide, we are talking about 72 hours, okay, which is approximately 3 days. All right, so Enagic, being a Japanese company, they are trying to be very conservative. All right, they say at least 2 days. So for the matter of fact, when the emGuarde is new, you can use it for about 3 days with one full charge. All right, anything beyond 3 days is a bonus. Okay. Now I'm going to just touch a bit about the certifications for this new emGuarde EM002. We have actually obtained all of this compliance certificate to make sure that this emGuarde can be marketed globally, including the US market and all across Europe and Australia as well. Okay, so we have got the electrical safety certifications, the EMC, RF compliance, from FCC and all, environmental compliance, which is Roche, and also the energy efficiency as well. So we'll be uploading all these certificates on the emGuarde to the World Facebook page for you to download and for you to include all this into your marketing slides for your emGuarde business presentation. Okay, so these are all the certificates for the new emGuarde, compliance and ready to be sold in global stage. Okay, you got all this. So you can go through all these certificates during your free time. Now, the next topic I'm going to touch here is the emGuarde demo tool. Now, earlier on, I was looking into the chat box and I realized that a lot of people, they're asking this question. Can we use the old demonstration tool to do demo with this new emGuarde? The answer is yes. All right, the answer is yes. But the new demo tool that Simon just showed you, which is the EMD 100, it is a far more superior demo tool to be used during your new emGuarde demo. Let me explain to you why. Now, this new tool is actually inspired by Dr. Magda's Harvard's research when she talks about electrosmoke, which is the electromagnetic pollution. So there's reason why this new tool is named EMD 100, which is Electrosmoke Detector 100. And 100 simply represents the AEI scale from 1 to 100. Okay? Now, this whole thing is able to detect and pinpoint electrosmoke intensity from all electromagnetic radiation sources, able to detect the emGuarde's protective range. So there's a button later on, I'll explain to you that this new detector is able to confirm the coverage, distance, and range as well. Now there's a built-in buzzer to indicate different intensity level. Okay. Now powered by standard AA battery, this is something which is an upgrade because the older detectors is using the old 9V battery, the square one. And we've gotten information that in Europe, the governments in Europe, they are going to discontinue the square battery, which is a 9V battery. So the engineering team is changing it to a AA standard battery so that you can use this worldwide. All right. And this thing is handy, it's portable, it's easy to use, and even a grandmother knows how to operate. Only install the battery and there's just one stop button. All right. It's very simple and straightforward. Now, AEI scale. So the AEI scale simply means, this is a proprietary index, means this index, it's solely owned by the emGuarde developer. All right. They have actually created this index because in this new detector, they have combined the older technology from the detection method, which is the RD series, and also the SDR detectors that we used to introduce to the market. So now they actually put these two together to form this new detection method called the AEI scale. All right. So in this detection method, there's a formula that they use. First of all, they use weighted RF noise. Now, weighted RF noise simply means targeted RF noise. Means it is not the whole spectrum, but they select a few targeted spectrum that they believe these are the ranges which is affecting our human bodies the most. Okay, that's the reason why they use weighted RF noise. Now, the second formula they use is harmonic disturbance. Harmonic disturbance simply means, radiation leakages or energies that can be detected from all electrical appliances. Okay, and of course, they combine the third formula. We call it the field variabilities. So this simply means that the whole detection range is actually within a variable field of between 3 megahertz to 1000 megahertz. All right, and this particular field variabilities is actually similar to the predecessor detectors that we used to use called the RD 9300. All right, because that detector's detection range is also within 3 to 1000 megahertz, which is a range which deemed affects the human body the most when it comes to radiation. Okay, now this new detector again comes with a very simple, colorful scale, all right, to show you the severity of the pollution. So when you go into a space, for example, let's say you go to a forest or a lakeside, when the pollution of the electrosmog is lesser, it's going to show you green color. All right. Now, once you point the detector to a more stronger radiation sources, of course, the detector is going to change to yellow, and eventually it's going to show you orange, which represents high, and red being very high, means the pollution is at the highest level. Okay. Now, please, very important note at the bottom, please note that this ambient electrosmog index, the AEI, is a proprietary index or formula, and it is not intended for any medical or regulatory use. So please do not link this AEI scale or the colorful bar into, like for example, ailments, or this is going to cause cancer. No, we don't say that. All right. All these are medical claims and these are false claims. We can't say that. All right. So please take note that this AEI scale is not intended to be interpreted into any medical or regulatory use. All right. This is very important. This is only a simple visual aid for the market to understand the pollution level of the electrosmog radiation. All right. So now I'm going to show you a quick video, and in this video I'm going to compare two different scenarios. When the EMD 100 is in a cleaner environment versus a more polluted environment. Okay, let's play the video. So as you can see from the video itself, the AEI scale comes with a very colorful LED, and it scales, it's actually based on the direction, it's the pinpoint direction. So when you place this detector against an electrosmog sources, it's going to escalate from green to orange or red in this case. All right. Now next, I'm going to explain the second function of this wonderful detector. Now, why do we call this a proprietary detector? Because this detector is able to also detect the patented harmonics technology from the emGuarde. Now, please understand that the emGuarde technology is not something that you can buy from Harvey Norman's or any common electrical store, because this harmonic technology is proprietary, it is private, unique to Enagic itself. So it is patented at the same time, and no one else in the world has got the same technology as the Enagic emGuarde. And because of that, the developer needs to design something that is able to detect its own proprietary patented harmonics technology. And because of that, a harmonic indicator is formed. So at the top of this detector, above the AEI scale, there's this circle LED bar. And this bar only shows you two types of LED lights, okay? So before you turn on the emGuarde technology, of course, this LED is going to show you red. And red means unharmonized. It's that simple. It means there's no emGuarde technology around you, and you are actually living within the electrosmog without protection from the emGuarde. It's that simple, okay? And in the common demonstration, it is exactly like how you do the Kangen water demo. There is a before and after test, all right? It's like the pH tester. So before you pour in the Kangen water, the water is going to show you acidic. Once you pour in the Kangen water, it's going to turn alkaline, blue color. Same goes to this detector. Before the emGuarde, it's going to show you red harmonic indicator. It's going to show you red color. But once you turn on the emGuarde, it's going to show you green. And green represents harmonized. Means this particular area, all right, that you are living in now is actually being covered by the patented harmonics technology by the emGuarde. It is very simple, all right, just red and green. All right, very straightforward, simple for the market to actually understand, rather than, those days we used to go through a more difficult explanation by showing people, the microwatts of the radiation, or even using a more sophisticated tool, to tune into this third-party SDR software and stuff like that. And to be honest, for the past 2.5 years, we've been receiving feedbacks from the market that, these tools are unfriendly. And in fact, a lot of people, they do not know how to operate or how to, install the tools from the phone. And hence, this become a big hiccup, for the emGuarde business. And because of that, we hear you, we feedback to the developer, and there you go, a much more simpler tool for your global duplication purposes. Okay? Now, let me play a quick video to show you how the harmonic indicator works. It's very straightforward. Okay, let's play the video. So let me just go back to the last picture here. Let me just pause. Now, if you notice, the before and after testing is as simple as you dropping a pH tester into a drink and just to pour the Kangen water to show before and after test. It's so simple. Okay, so when you turn on the emGuarde, or when the emGuarde patented harmonics technology is present in the environment, it's going to turn the harmonic indicator into green color. And of course, you can actually see that the AEI bar, which is the AEI scale, is turning itself from red to about yellow or green in certain area. Okay, now this particular reduction is actually based on the actual SDR targeted suppression physiologies or terminology. All right, it is actually based on the SDR's targeted suppression theory. All right, that you can actually see that there is an improvement, and hence here comes a correction from the AEI scale as well. Okay, now, so this is actually a complete spec of the detector. It's using a 3 AA battery, and these are, the weight as well, and also the broadband sensitivity. And of course, last but not least, this detector is also certified by CE, so it's fit for Europe market. It is also certified by FCC, which is the compliance from America. And of course, take a look at the third logo. It's called the SGS US and also Canadian marking. This is the North American mark, which represents that this detector has actually obtained the approval in terms of compliance testing based on the UL and the Canadians as CSA standard. So this detector is good for you to, be exported and be carried out around the world, including the North American market. Okay? So now, our team has actually created this EMD Electrosmoke 100 detector handbook. And you don't have to recreate all this, because in this QR code, when you scan in, this whole handbook is going to pack with all the information that I've just shared with you. And we've actually included 16 of the most commonly asked questions, FAQs, and with answers as well. Okay, so to ease your duplication process, all you need to do is to download this handbook and just send it to your downlines. Okay, they themselves, they can read. We have got everything in the handbook, all right, to make it easier for you to duplicate your business. Okay. So now, last but not least, before I end my presentation and pass this session back to Simon to talk about the commissions, now I'm going to just dive deeply a little bit more about this new research did by Dr. Teh. Now, just in case those of you who are not realizing how big this is, now basically a PhD holder, it's taking the emGuarde technology into a human-based testing. All right, this is not the white rat testing, happen in the, no, this is actually actual human-based testing. So what this professor did is she actually interviewed about 115 humans, male and female. And out of 115 people, she picked about 37 participants whom they believe that they are actually diagnosed with these EHS symptoms, which is electro hypersensitivity syndrome. And out from the 37 participants, Dr. Tay actually put them into tests. She gave them the emGuarde to be carried around for about 3 days. And after that, she take a before and after blood test to determine some of the biomarkers and improvements that she, discovered during the test as well. Now, I'm proud to actually announce that this particular research and test will soon be published in one of the publications, like PubMed and stuff like that. All right, they're working on it so that in the near future, when you type in Google and you search emGuarde technology research, you'll be able to find articles and research papers regarding to the emGuarde on the PubMed itself. All right, I believe the research team are working on it, and I'm very proud to actually present this to you as well. So Simon has already covered the results. All right, so I'm going to end this training by showing you a short edited documentary film throughout this test and how Dr. Tay is going to present the results and also the conclusion from this intervention as well. Let's take a look at the video. And this video will be made available for you to download for your marketing purposes. And we're going to post this up to the Facebook channel as well. Okay, so let's go to the video. So we're going to post up some of these research sheets that she did, back in the university. Everything is very scientific. You can read it for yourself. All right, so these are all the testings they did, and everything is very scientific. Okay, so let's take a look at this short documentations before I pass the screen back to Simon Low. How's the volume? If you can watch the video clearly, please type in 1 in the chat box.
I'm the Deputy Dean for the Faculty of Science from the Department of Allied Health Science. I'm teaching for biomedical and also didactic students. So for this project, we are looking into the electromagnetic hypersensitivity syndrome. In short, I will call this as EHS. And we're looking into a portable device, which is named as emGuarde, to look into the protective effect over the self-achieved EHS participant. In this project, the participants will carry the device for 3 days, and before and after they carry the device, we'll look into the lifeblood morphology, observing any rivets formation. Other than that, we will take out the plasma to look into the oxidative marker, including the heat shock protein marker and also the histamine marker, and we look into the allergic marker, such as the malolithiide marker, and also we are looking into the neural marker, which is serotonin marker.
What motivated your research team to explore the relationship between electromagnetic radiation exposure and rouleau formation in the blood?
The usage of the electronic devices is getting more increasing after the pandemic of the COVID-19. So, and just up to your information, Malaysia are being ranked as the third most of having a highest screen time globally and also worldwide. So while exposing too much of this electromagnetic field, it will be leading to have the change over the blood morphology. So that will hence lead to the rivets formation. So once the rivets formation is formed inside the bloodstream, it will be causing the delivery of the oxygen transport will be getting lacking, and it will be also affect the microvascular circulation. And once this microvascular circulation get affected, it might lead to have a lot of the sign and symptom, which is not specific sign and symptom, in leading to have this EHS, electromagnetic hypersensitivity syndrome.
Why is rouleau formation considered an important biomarker when evaluating the body's response to external environmental factors?
I would like to address is, rather than talking on rivets formation is the is the biomarker, I would say that this is a preliminary physiological indicator to indicate that someone is overexposure to certain electromagnetic field. Our normal red cells, it do have the negative charges surrounding the red cells. So, and once exposing too much of this electromagnetic field, it can be causing all those charges to be reduced, and the repellent forces will get reduced, then all the red cells will be aggregate and stacking each other, in leading to have the formation of the rivets formation. All the red cells to get aggregate and will start over the circulation, and it may affect the microvascular flow, and this may actually causing the blood to get disturbance over the normal blood flow. we conducted an international study to assess how the body responds to everyday electromagnetic environments and whether that response can be positively supported with the protection of emGuarde technology. Within just a 3-day observation period, 70.3% of participants reported noticeable improvement in their symptoms. We also observed a 50.7% reduction in blood cell aggregation, which is significant as it supports smoother blood flow, improved microcirculation, and more efficient delivery of oxygen and nutrients at the cellular level. In addition, there was a 59.5% increase in serotonin level, supporting better mood, sleep, and cognitive function.
Okay, so now when you guys hear about your customers talking about, they're having this wonderful effects after they use the emGuarde technology, like, some of them, they say they sleep better or they sleep like a baby when they turn the emGuarde for the first night. So now scientifically, there is an explanation, and it is more powerful because it's coming from a PhD holder rather than me, myself, as a product trainer. Okay, so I'm very excited because this is going to be a game changer, and this research itself, this whole video is going to help you to build your emGuarde business and also to show more credibilities to your prospects, all right, in your upcoming Enagic emGuarde presentation. Okay, so with that, I'm going to pass this session back to Simon. I thank you all for your kind attention. I hope that this, this whole training is going to give you more boosts, or more materials, okay, for you to use for your marketing initiatives. All right, back to you, Simon.
Thank you so much, David. Thank you very, very much. And let's give David the appreciation and love that he deserves, because a lot of these things have been pushed through and worked by him and his team behind the scenes, for distributors to have more and more resources to go out there and close more sales, right? So let's give our appreciation to him and his team. I think they've done a wonderful job, and a lot of new things are going to come. And I'd like to apologize for my internet just now. Apparently, it's something to do with my MacBook, and now I've restarted my MacBook, and I think it's better, right? My video, my audio is better, right? So sorry about that. And just now I played a video. Somebody said get Windows. Yeah, I think so, man. So sorry about that. So just now, those of you who didn't manage to watch the video, now my thing is good. So I'm actually gonna quickly just reshare the video that I shared just now. So hopefully everybody can get a better view again. Okay. Let me just go here, and let me know immediately if you guys can see the screen as well as the audio. Okay. 1 second. Not yet, not yet. Oops. 1 second. How come it's stuck? 1 second, guys. Let me just restart my PowerPoint. So, okay. All right. Let me get the video out. Okay, let me know if you guys can see this. Can you guys stop sharing PowerPoint? How come? 1 second, 1 second. Let me just try to share the entire screen. Okay, so in the meantime, let me just figure this out. In the meantime, for those of you who want to get the slides, if I can get some help from Ben or David to share the link for the emGuarde to the world. All the slides as well as everything that you guys need, all the publications and all the materials will be posted up on the emGuarde to the world. I see a lot of you asking the same question again, over again and again. So once again, is going to be on the emGuarde to the world. Okay, so that's where you guys can actually get the PowerPoint slides. Okay, so it'll be posted up very soon. If not today, then tomorrow. All right. So let me see how come I can't do this. Let me just try it again. Continue to share this PowerPoint window. Yes. Somehow I can't do it. Okay, let me try to do it again. Nope, can't do it. Sorry, guys. Can't really play the video, but anyways, it's okay. I will get it uploaded. To the Facebook group. Okay. All right. Yeah, the video will be there as well, Nicholas. Okay, so I'm going to share about the commissions for Malaysia, and you guys from different branches, you guys have to refer back to your respective branches during the time to come for the price for your branch. Okay, so what I'm going to share now is the price for the Malaysian branch. Okay, so and as well as the commission. Okay, so let me know if you guys can see this. Very good. All right, so this is the Enagic Malaysia retail price and commission structure. Now, the emGuarde, new emGuarde Go Portable will be sold in a bundle of 2 units because Enagic believes that every home needs at least husband and wife 2, or if you have kids, you actually need more than 2. 2 is not enough. And one set of a bundle of 2 will be retailing at 10,300 ringgit Malaysia, okay, for one set. And it qualifies as a one group sale for GFS calculation, those of you who are 682-3 and above. So this is good news for all of us. Rank advancement also as one group sale, and also for the title bonus incentive. All right, so this is very, very good news. And the direct sales commission is at 535 ringgit per point for the core product commission. And of course, when you sell the bundle, it renews your SP status. And the great announcement that comes with this new product from Enagic is there will be educational allowance for this bundle of emGuarde, right? Which was not previously available for the previous model. Okay, so the first level is going to be 100 ringgit. Second and third level will be 50 ringgit of 6A for the education allowance. All right, enroller program is not applicable. Okay, so I just want to refresh for those of you who maybe have forgotten the rules. The purchase of an emGuarde bundle qualifies you to start the Enagic business as a non-core account. A non-core account will be automatically upgraded to a core account upon the purchase of any eligible Level Up Water Systems or UCON product registered under the same account holder's name. Okay, for non-core commission, the direct sales commission is at 416 ringgit per point. All right, so if you have somebody that starts the business with the emGuarde bundle itself and they do not have a core product like the Level Up machine or UCON, the non-core commission is at 416 ringgit. Okay, the moment they get their UCON, they get their machine, and they get upgraded, they will start to earn the core product commission. I think that's quite straightforward. A core account is established when an account holder owns any eligible level up water system or Wukong product under the same registered name. So far, so good. If you guys are clear, type 1 in the chat box. I think this is good news for all of us because there is one group sale for the Chicho form, of course, is per point. Yes, per point. 416, not 460, is stated on the slide. Okay, for non-core. All right. So RM 535 ringgit per point for core product commission per bundle of emGuarde Go, which is one set. All right. And every set qualifies one group sale for GFS calculation, rank advancement, and title bonus incentives. Okay. Kyrio asked, up rank to 6A is 1 point. Yes, that's what it means. That's what it means. You can use it. So if those of you who are going for a 6A, you can do this. You put it's just like a machine, right? Just like an NSPA, like a machine. No difference. Okay. Rebecca asked, how much is one emGuarde in euro? That one, I don't know. You have to wait for the euro price to come out. All right. If you're talking about US dollars, for US, emGuarde is going to be 2,880 US dollars for the Enagic USA price. Okay. For Europe, other branches, we do not have the price now. So you have to wait for those branches to give the official price. So far, so good. So this is very exciting. So I know there's some friends from Philippines or even Cambodia and many of these countries. So just have to wait, be a bit patient, wait for them to set their price, and then you guys will actually know. And also for our friends from Singapore. Okay. So now, okay, I've finally got it up. We can actually play the video that I didn't manage to play just now. So this is actually a project that myself and my team were working on to create a brand new product demonstration video for all the distributors to use to close more sales. And once the final video is finalized and edited version is out, we will upload it on our official emGuarde YouTube channel, and it will be posted up on the emGuarde to the World Facebook group as well. Okay, so I'm going to play the video. Let me know if you hear the volume and the audio. If yes, give me a number 1 in the chat box. Thank you.
We're living in one of the most connected times in history. Everything around us is getting smarter. AI, smart homes, devices that are always on. Life has become much faster, more convenient, more connected. But while all these progress is happening, there's something else quietly growing around us. It's invisible, it's silent, and it's everywhere. Hello, hi everybody. Welcome to my living space. My name is Simon Low, and today we're actually going to do a tour to find out exactly how much electro smoke I'm exposed to in my living environment. So let's go. Now the question is, how can we begin to understand something that we can't even see? Well, we start by measuring it. This is the emD 100. It measures and detects electro smoke levels coming from the devices that we use every single day. And what it reveals might just surprise you. Now the emD 100 uses a proprietary scale called the AEI, which stands for Ambient Electro Smoke Index. Think of it like a simple visual guide from green to yellow, orange, and red zones. Each color shows a different level of electro smoke in your environment. And once you see it, you start to realize how much pollution is actually around you, even in a peaceful looking environment like this. Now watch this. As everyday devices get switched on and operate, the detector begins to respond. What was once invisible now becomes measurable. So I'm not imagining it. These pollutions are real, and I am absorbing a lot of it. And so are you. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is there no way out? Is it game over? Or is there light at the end of the tunnel? Let's talk about what you can do today to start protecting yourself and your family. Introducing the emGuarde, a portable harmonic technology device designed for the world that we live in today. With a touch of just one button, emGuarde works by suppressing and harmonizing complex electromagnetic environments all around you. Now let's take a look at what happens in real time. Without emGuarde, you can clearly see that the AEI levels from the EMD 100 is very high. On my laptop, on my tablet, and on my smartphone. Now, we turn on the emGuarde and watch closely. The moment the emGuarde is turned on, the harmonic indicator has turned from a red to green. This shows when emGuarde is active, the environment becomes more harmonized. And the AEI levels have also dropped to a green zone. And that makes emGuarde one of the most powerful personal protectors that you can have.
All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. So the final version will be posted up very, very soon. So there's a couple comments. So all these guys, all these are being done to help everybody to close more sales. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. And the full version, once again, we will notify everything. So you guys have to be part of the emGuarde to the World Facebook group, because that is where all the updates, slides, videos, materials for marketing, everything will be on that group. All right. And those of you who already, there's already more than almost 12,000 members, almost 12,000 members on that group. So please get there quickly, join the group. I'm just going to share this, and new videos and the recordings of today's training, it will all be posted up in the guides tab. So please make sure you guys pay attention to the guides tab. Everything will be there. A lot of David's resources will also be posted up there. Okay, so make sure to join this group, emGuarde to the World, and that's where you get everything. All right, so once again, detector is 980 ringgit for Malaysia. The rest is Stephen, we do not use the Telegram anymore, so please don't go to the Telegram, because there is some it's not that useful for us, because there's a lot of things that we want to upload on the guides. So only emGuarde to the World Facebook group, no Telegram. Okay. Yes, so any other questions that's related to the office, please reach out to your branch to ask them those questions. Like other branches, we cannot answer on behalf of them. You have to just go back to your other branches. So is the ID are you gonna maintain the ID for 3 months? Yes, it's like SP. It's like an NSPA or whatever you buy. It's gonna extend and renew your SP for 3 months, just like the previous emGuarde. No difference. The only difference, guys, is this: the previous emGuarde, generation 1, for 6A and above bonuses, for GFS calculation, for title, incentive, and 6A rank up, it is considered 0.5 group sale. Okay, but the new bundle of two emGuardes in one set, everything is counted as one, just like a Kangen machine. So far, so good. Okay, so that is the biggest difference. Number 2, the new education allowance on the new product. Okay, so Enagic has increased the commission payouts to us by putting in an education allowance, so that leaders such as us that are 60 and above, now we have even more commissions to earn when we actually build our team wide and far and deep. So those are the 2 biggest advantages of the emGuarde. And for those of you who wants to build this very, very seriously and have great success with it, when you sell this and the Kangen machine together, creating a combo of Kangen and emGuarde, you're going to get to 6A very fast. And in fact, the bundle of 2, I believe you guys are going to rank up also very, very fast, because the sales value at the retail price, we can actually hit our 6A and $300,000 of sales value even faster. So it's actually a great injection of momentum given by Enagic into us for those of us who wants to rank up to the next level. If you're a 6A, you want to get a 6A2, -2, -3, -4, this is the best time and the best product to actually do it with. All right, so make sure you get all your tools, your detector, your new emGuarde, everything, get it done and go out there and do it. Okay, so for the other branches, once again, wait for your branch to make the announcement. And other than that, I think today we had a very good call. It's over 1.5 hours already. And a lot of people are also asking about the first emGuarde. The first emGuarde will be sold while stocks last. So I think Enagic would want to focus on the new one, because the new one is an upgraded model. It is like going from PC to laptop, you know. I know a lot of us, we like the old one because it's a stationary unit, it's a home unit. I get that. I have the same view. But I think Enagic has their reasons why they want to focus on the new model, because it's going to be available globally. So I think the first one is going to be the recording is going to be on the Facebook group once again. Okay, it's going to be on the Facebook group. Everything is going to be posted up there. Okay, the detector price was mentioned already. Yes, mentioned many times, Masha. $250. Okay, and it will be available in Dubai when it launches. So now everybody's getting it from Malaysia. Okay, so just to answer everybody's question, the first one, according to Enagic, it would be while stocks last. So if you want to get a couple more for your homes, for your friends, go and get it. All right, we hope they can continue it, but I think Enagic would have to decide the direction of this new technology. Okay, so the next, I want to talk about the next for our Malaysian friends. We are actually having a live event. We're actually having a live event in Malaysia. So those of you who are in Malaysia, I want to share with you guys something. Myself, David, and also some of the leaders will actually be doing a live event for our Malaysian distributors on the 9th of July. So let me share the flyer right here. And those of you who are not in Malaysia, if you are close by or you can fly in, I do suggest you guys come for the live training, because nothing beats a live training. And it is happening on the 9th of July, which is a Thursday, at 11 a.m. in the Enagic Malaysia office, Platinum Room, the biggest room. Okay, so this is happening next week, and it's going to be our live session to officially launch this again live for those people who have missed this session today, or if you have some downlines, or if you yourself want to see it live again and get more training. We're probably going to be even sharing more things over there, and it's something that you guys don't want to miss. And for those of you who are not in town, maybe you're from Philippines or Phnom Penh or Thailand or Vietnam, come in and attend this training as well. So please take a screenshot of this flyer. It's happening, and you have to scan the QR code on the bottom of the flyer to register. And a simple lunch will be provided after the session. So thank you very much, Enagic Malaysia, for organizing this live session for all of us. And it is basically a fantastic time for us to actually bring in our new prospects or even existing distributors to this event, for them to get exposed and charged up on the new emGuarde technology. So far, so good. Okay, so this is for our Malaysian live event. Okay, and the next event that we're going to be having in Malaysia, where some of you are going to have more time to actually prepare. I want to talk about that before we go off. Is happening in September on the 12th and 13th. Okay, now we have about 230 people on this Zoom today. I'm sure many of you have already signed up, but a lot of you guys have not signed up. Who here you're coming for the next Essential Enagic Workshop and emGuarde Summit in September in Malaysia? Type 1 in the chat box. Who are already coming and you're already bringing your team. Now, for those of you who are not coming, or you don't know about this event, or it's the first time you're hearing about this event, I'd like to introduce this signature event that we run here in Malaysia, and we're opening this up to all teams around the world. You know, it's happening on the 12th and 13th of September in Level 5, the Grand Ballroom, the Garden Mall, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And this is a hotel right next to Enagic Malaysia. So it is in the same compound. And it is a 2-day signature weekend to propel your Enagic business to new heights. All right. And the first day is what we call the the Essential Enagic Workshop, where we talk about all the income streams provided by Enagic and Kangen Water machines. We're going to also learn about Enagic machines and why there's 15 reasons why Enagic is number one. Get trained on the do's and don'ts of becoming an Enagic distributor, whether you are a newbie or you already have direct selling experience. Understand how this business can provide the income and financial freedom you've always desired. All right. Learn how to achieve 6A status in 90 to 180 days and why Robert Kiyosaki calls network marketing the business of the 21st century. And I believe if you understand how to build this emGuarde Go business well, you can achieve your 6A in way less than 180 days. Okay. Discover why Enagic is the ideal business for you and learn to become a successful 6A global distributor. Revolutionize and ignite your Enagic business journey with emGuarde. So the second day, which is the 13th of September, is going to be called the emGuarde Summit. We have been running it for many times already over the last 3 years. So this is probably our 5th or 6th time doing it. And the emGuarde Summit is specifically for the emGuarde. All right. And this is going to be the first ever emGuarde Summit that will be doing in-depth trainings on the new emGuarde technology. So it is a must-attend event, especially for those of you who are in Malaysia, and those of you who are not in Malaysia, come over and attend this event. You're going to have a lot of fun. Bring your team members. It's going to be a lot of learning and a lot of value. All right. And I'm going to be one of the key speakers for these events. And we have people that have come in. We have Annika and Alex flew in from Germany many times. We have Magali and Maddie that came in from Colombia all the way. We have our friends from India, our local leaders. We have people from Australia and many more. So if you want to get the tickets, go to www.fhbtrainings.com, and that's where you can actually get the link to register for this event. So who wants to come for the September event? Type 1 in the chat box. Okay. And you need to get your tickets ASAP because the venue can only take up to 700 people. All right. And I believe we have already sold a few hundred tickets. Okay. So I don't know how many we have sold, but we can only take up to 700. So you want to come, get your tickets now. And because the company is we're also doing an early bird price. So the tickets will be administered by Enagic Malaysia. So in the link, you will click to a payment link to Enagic Malaysia. You buy a ticket and that's it. You can come for the event. Okay. All right, guys. So if there's I hope you guys enjoyed the session. Any more questions and any more details, follow the emGuarde to the World Facebook group. All the details will be there. And I hope to see you guys, especially the Malaysians, on the event of the 9th, on the 9th of July, next Thursday. All right. So guys, thank you very much. And I hope you guys are going to rock this. And I will see you guys very soon on the next Zoom, on the next live event. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great time. And those of you who want to get your emGuarde and detector, get it ASAP. Be the pioneer of this new technology. I've already gotten mine. So please go and get yours. All right, guys, take it easy. Enjoy. And I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you.